I'm Taylor Brorby. I'm the author of Boys in Oil, Growing Up Gay in a Fractured Land, and am currently a professor in the MFA program in creative writing at the University of Alabama. When I was 22, my aunt called my mother on my oldest nephew's fifth birthday and said a life-changing sentence for me. I'm worried Taylor might be gay. So I was outed. I, at that point, had been coming out to friends in college. I had just finished college 3 months earlier. I had come out to my sister. All of that went very, very well. We had agreed I was moving out east to go to seminary, probably not best to tell the parents. And so I was somewhat out of the closet as a gay man in my day-to-day life, but not in my immediate and extended family relationships. With a lot of support from friends, former teachers, new friends, even. I mean, this has been an ongoing process. I've been estranged from my parents now for about 15 years. It was really reaching out, asking for emotional support more than anything, or having good friends in my back pocket who would check on me. When I move to any new region in the country, I sort of have to explain to people why I'm not traveling home for the holidays. Even though I feel like I've gotten to the other side maybe of it, it continues to be an ongoing process in new relationships. What I learned is that most everyone is on their journey, and to really take care with people in how they identify, they might be understanding themselves in different ways at different points in their life. I, for instance, thought because I wanted to cling to this notion of maybe ending up partnering with a woman, because let's be honest, in this culture, it would inherently be easier to present as heterosexual. I even came out at different points as bisexual, even though I hadn't dated anyone who's female since high school. And so, even at that point, what I really learned is you can really only know what people tell you about who they are and to respect it. And if you have hunches about people, probably best to ask them directly rather than going through back channels to sort of spread rumors or to create concern where maybe there isn't any concern. The big myth in American culture is that your parents will love you no matter what. Now, my parents, they might say, oh no, we certainly love Taylor. However, that version of love is not one I can wrap my head around nor really support. And so, what I've really felt over time is that even when we say, oh, someone loves you unconditionally, it seems to me more accurate that they choose over and over to love you, that it's not just some check mark of saying, I'll love you no matter what, because it does seem that there are lines for certain relationships to really be strained or broken. I think it really has not made me cynical about parent-child relationships, but to really challenge that myth that your parents will love you no matter what. I think that's a real damaging phrase to live by, because if you're someone that really feels your parents aren't loving you, then you can really turn that on yourself and say, there's something wrong with me, rather than maybe there's something wrong with them or this relationship that we're in. Relationships aren't necessarily fossilized in one given moment. Relationships can change. It might not always be the way it is in the moment. If you're outed or come out and someone has a negative reaction, give them time, give them space, give yourself time and space. I'm not advocating to put yourself in harm's way, but to see if with time and compassion, if people will come around should they initially have a negative reaction. But also, find those trusted people and openly communicate and say, I'm going to need to lean on you right now. Things are a little rocky over here. My sister and I are very close, and she was right there, lockstep for me when I was outed. And so it did matter to me to have a bloodline relative who knew what was happening and what people were saying was not okay. And so that just I shudder to think what would happen if I didn't have a big sister like Tanya. It was very helpful during that very, very rough time.